Welcome to the Michigan Travel Show, a kaleidoscope of stories about the people, places, and events that shape our great state.
Okay, well, we're here at the Troy Car Show, a Pinto. Haven't seen one of those in years. That was a cool little car in this day. Except the car and the gas can might, or the gas tank might blow up by it. But anyway, it was cool. And here, like a Ford Thunderbird, that is kind of cool. It is set up to go to the Sonic restaurant. There's an old Thunderbird. So a lot of cool cars here. It's an old time car show here. It's the Troy Car Show on Big Beaver Road, the Stony River restaurant parking lot. Like I said, just had an interview there with that guy who had sets up these tours around the U.S. With classic cars, and you can just drive around. You don't even have to have a classic car. Oh, I love it. This is a little HR here, whatever it is. That they did a lot of work to get that car looking like that right there. There is no doubt about it. They did a lot of work to make that look like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Old Ford Packard, 56 Packard. Pretty cool. Had a lot of cool cars here. It's a little bit of sprinkle, so maybe not everybody brought out their cars, but they got big tents up here in front of a couple of big office buildings here. Got food trucks out. We'll just go down the row here, get a look at them. We're in car capital, Detroit, so there's always cars to be checking out. Right there. Official pace car of the, that's like I said, the Troy, they call it the Troy Traffic Jam. Troy car, right there, August 2nd. Cars that built America. So, private car. Hello, how you doing? I like that. You show us those muscles. You got your grandkid here to... Yeah. That's good. Awesome. That is cool. What's your name?
Jerry.
Okay, well, and this is your car?
Yeah, Mustang Jerry.
Oh, this is cool. Well, thank you for bringing it out. Hey there.
Hi.
What's your name?
Donnie.
Hey, Donnie. How you doing? You like that Coke? Well, hey, thank you. Oh, yeah, show us the riveter there.
Picture.
I'd like to take a few moments to
Cool. Do you march in the Thanksgiving Day parade?
No, I'm not part of the Rosies.
You should probably come on down and be part of the Rosies, the whole deal. That'd be fun. I love your outfit. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Okay, well, cool. Thank you for bringing out the car.
Everybody put your hands together for Kirko. Thank you, Kirko, for having us out today. We appreciate it.
And
Take me a picture.
Also, the Columbia Center.
what's your name?
Right here in the heart of Detroit.
Can you please take
You're-
me a
Columbia
picture?
Center.
I see you right there. We got you. Okay. He wants to be famous. That's good.
Thank you.
And here's a gold sponsored vehicle. It is a Dodge Viper, Indy Pace Car replica, 91. Shelby Racing.
Fogo de Chao.
There are some really cool cars here.
Sausages and brats.
This is the Traffic Jam.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches. Both places
They're,
offer veggie options.
oh, the Javelin. I remember that car. I haven't seen one of those in years. That was in the 80s or 70s. A 73 AMC Javelin. I remember that thing. Looks like Dodge Charger. Oh, some cool vehicles here. Oh, looks like is this a Duesenberg? Like it looks like about a 39 Duesenberg. I was right. It was a 29 Duesenberg. Look at the expertise building that thing. That's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. There's some cool vehicles here. We'll just walk around here for a minute, check out a few more, see what else is out here. I said, this is the Troy Traffic. There is like an original 1905 Cadillac closed coupe, Detroit Historical Society. That is pretty cool. I haven't seen one of those in like forever. That is pretty cool. Ford Model A, 1929. Here's another Ford, 1915 Ford Model T. And then here's a Chevy Corvette. Boy, are they ever different now in 54. Now they're like a rocket ship. Oldsmobile, yeah, 1949. Rocket, pretty cool. Lots of cool cars here today. Haven't been to one of these in a while. Oh, Volkswagen van. Now a newer one, obviously. And it was built, well, 1984. So it's 40 years old, but they take a nice care. I remember that vehicle, and then you could sleep up on top. That's pretty cool. Looks real nice. Okay, we're gonna go check out a couple other things. We're getting a few raindrops out here.
I'm Cole Quinnell with Pavement Pounder Events, and we do an annual driving event for gearheads. So we start and stop at a different place. We have different routes every year. And what I do is I try to put together exclusive opportunities for people, as well as some of the best known places that people would be interested in who are interested in cars. And we drive anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 miles on these trips. I do all the planning in advance. I pre-run the route ahead of time to make sure that everything goes smoothly. And you come out of this with a group of friends that you just met a few days ago. It's really great camaraderie. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and you were telling me you can drive a classic car, or you can drive a new car. You said you just did one, and there was a couple of newer cars on it. And so it's for anybody who really just wants to travel American roads, kind of.
That's right. And one of the things that makes us different is we try to stay off the interstates.
Okay.
We do the back roads. That's where you see the real America. And you can stop and visit with owners of restaurants and businesses, and they love talking to classic car enthusiasts. So yes, it's open to any kind of car. Most of the people who come have got a classic car or a hot rod of some sort, but this past year we had a 1975 Bricklin. That is a very rare vehicle. Stands out because it looks a little bit different than anything else that's on the road. But we also have people that come in a Kia or a brand new GMC truck. If you're a gearhead, if you're an auto enthusiast, you're gonna have a good time on this trip.
How many years have you been doing this?
So we have done 2 trips so far. Our third one will be 2027, and we're going to be doing a trip out in Colorado, northern Arizona, and Utah. That one is really going to be about beautiful drives, mountain drives. Our plan is to start at Pikes Peak, so great automotive history there. Drive up to the top of it, and then we're going to drive over the highest paved pass in the United States. That's Independence Pass. It's only open for about 45 days out of the year because it's closed because of snow the rest of the year. And then we've got some beautiful drives from Moab, Utah, and we hope to be able to end the trip in Zion National Park.
Cool. That is really cool. Well, I see all your info here. This is pretty cool. And I see, like I said, some of your trips that you've had. It's pretty cool. And I would highly recommend. There's nothing better than a road trip. And it doesn't matter with what type of car, because I'm a national park nut and I've done a lot of driving, but this is a great idea for people who want to see America on a different way other than the freeway or airplanes. So anyway, well, thanks. And where do you have a website, or what's the name of it?
Yep, you can learn more information at pavementpoundersevents.com.
Okay.
That's pavementpounderevents.com. We also have a Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram. And all of our contact information is there.
And are you based right out of Metro Detroit here?
Yep, we are based in Metro Detroit.
Okay, great. Well, this is cool. Well, let me, viewers know about this. People will eat this up. This is pretty cool. So, well, thank you for the information. I see this is one of your cars here. People like to drive. Pretty cool. This is on the other side of the Stony River parking lot. And lots of cars out here. That's kind of cool. They got a big whopper 4-wheeler Hummer type vehicle for the police department. The fire department truck is there. Kids are getting to be firemen for 20-minute mixed in as they take pictures of them, which is goodwill for the fire and police department. But yeah, here's lots of classic cars out here. Pretty cool. This looks like quite the hot rod here. But anyway, and there's car S tier, and bring your car right to your house, and here it is. So this is what's going on out here. This is pretty cool. It's raining a little bit, so can't leave the camera out for too long. But anyway, this is what's going on at the Troy Traffic Jam. Another name for the Troy Car Show, right here off of Big Beaver Road. Okay, right across from the Big Whopper Marriott. So here at the Troy Traffic Auto Collection today, we have the College for Creative Studies is here, and teaching kids about the careers and things they can help draw and design cars and parts. And so they always do all this kind of stuff. All kinds of pictures they've drawn over here. This is robotics, Mathis Club, Math Club, but people do drawings of cars. And then, like I said, this is the ABC Foundation for, once again, car designs. And then a lady over here has some really cool designs on some cars. They're pretty cool. Kids are getting a kick out of them. They put a light to them, they shine up. It's got an ultraviolet light. So he's got all kinds of stuff. This is the Troy Traffic Jam. They're trying to light out, and then they kind of shine in some of them. Kids are having a field day here. This is pretty cool. And like I said, this is the Robert Mathis Racing History Through Art. That's got a lot of cool drawings here. Inside the building here, like I said, this is Center for Creative Studies here. Lots of kids in here. It's raining outside, so people are checking all this out. There's a couple of design cars they did. It's kind of cool. College students do some cool stuff right through here. Automotive fine art. Like I said, we got all kinds of things here at this traffic jam. It's kind of cool. And drawings, designs, and stuff here. Kind of cool. And here's a bunch of pictures for sale. Kind of cool. Well, they have a robotics section, so I'm going to go through that here now and go from there. This is a automotive race simulator, 3 sides. And there's the race car seat. Yeah, some brake pedal there. That is pretty cool. This place is packed. So I'm looking at where the guys here are driving with. Right the 250 sign here, 250 years of America. Kind of cool. That's a cool sign in this Columbia Center here in Troy.
I'm Larry Mihalko, and I work at the Pontiac Transportation Museum, which is located right in the city of Pontiac, right near downtown on Pike Street. You can find us online. The point of the museum, or the whole purpose of the museum, is to try to preserve the legacy of building transportation products, things with wheels on it, for 150 years in the city, starting with the wagons and carriages in the 1800s, the birth of the automobile in 1900, the trucks and buses, Pontiac GTOs, Whizzer motorcycles, all the military production during the World War II and the Arsenal of Democracy, all of those kinds of things. Pontiac has a tremendous history of manufacturing things with wheels, and we don't want that to be lost for the ages, so we created this museum as a way to preserve that legacy.
Okay, now, so you have this Pontiac G6, and there's a big story behind this. I'm looking at a couple of posters here saying this was the last G6 made, last Pontiac made, and it was made at the Lake Orion plant, right? Yeah,
we're fortunate to have, and there's an interesting story behind the car. First off, a little background. So General Motors went bankrupt in 2009, and as part of the recovery plan and to be able to get money from the federal government to overcome bankruptcy and stay in business, the federal government helped General Motors to come up with a sustainable business plan. And part of that was a reduction in the number of brands that GM had. And Pontiac, unfortunately, was one of the victims. And so Pontiac was ordered to be closed down. So at that point, all the car dealerships were being either closed or transferred over to Buick or some other brand that GM was going to continue to build. But of course, in the auto industry, you know, there's a long line of parts coming to the assembly plant. And so even though Pontiac was dissolved in 2009, we still had parts to build. This car right here, the Pontiac G6, and this was built up in the Orion Township plant, which is just north of Pontiac. So we built this, it's a 2010. The Pontiac dealers were gone by this point, and so all of the vehicles that Pontiac built after that 2009 bankruptcy were sold to rental car agencies. Oh. In this case, it was sold to Avis Rental Car. Now, the rental car agencies, they will rent the car for 20,000 miles, give or take, and then they sell them as used cars. So this car was sold to a lady in Kansas that lived in Kansas as a used car, and we tracked it down to her through the VIN. And we knocked on her door and said, "Hey, would you like to sell your car? You happen to have the very last Pontiac ever built." And she said, "Yes, I'd be happy to sell it to you." And so we bought it and brought it home. And the way we really confirm, no kidding, that it is the last Pontiac ever is if you look inside the trunk, you can see the signatures of the workers on the line. So
no, that's pretty cool.
There's a long tradition in the auto industry that when a plant is closing or a model is building out, the very last one, that very last specimen, as it comes down the line, all the workers will sign it in locations that ultimately would be covered up by interior trim. You know, in this case, obviously the cargo floor would go over all these signatures, but I'm sure there are signatures inside of the door panels and other places behind the instrument panel where the workers would sign it. So we showed her all this, and luckily she was so happy to sell us the vehicle, and it's been a proud exhibit at the museum.
Pretty cool. That is cool. You were able to get the last one, and obviously it was still in perfect shape. So,
an example of a lot of very historically significant Pontiacs that we have at the museum.
Oh, for sure.
As well as trucks and buses and the other things that were built in Pontiac. Because Pontiac, Michigan was the scene of manufacturing of not just cars, but also it was the truck and bus headquarters for General Motors. They're on South Boulevard and so on. And we have a very storied history in both those.
Right, yep. So, well, that's great. You've got this car and you've got the museum to preserve the Pontiac history. Pontiac is a storied town that, you know, is not recognized to the value that it gave to the automotive industry over the years. So, but thank you for doing that to keep it going, for people to look back and say this is what happened in Pontiac, Michigan. Pretty cool. Here's one of the poster boards, just as he said, Pontiac's transportation legacy, 150 years of crucial history. Started making carriages and 25 distinct vehicle types. Pontiac built Subway, over 27 million engines at 2 million Model T bodies. Own many Tier 1 automobiles, over 20 million cars, trucks produced. Pontiac's wagon and carriage industry started prior to 1850. Yep, it was a major area, and obviously the national parks of this is the National Heritage System for automotive excellence, and this is all part of it. Yep. Starting 1899, making carriages, and it's unbelievable. Yep. Right. That's pretty cool. Excellent. Well, the rain has stopped, so we are going to film a few more cars. And this is a Mustang that Steve McQueen used in some of his movies called The Bullet. And he was quite the actor in his day, and this is a good-looking car. 1967 fastback Mustang. 351 engine. Yep. So lots of people are out taking pictures now. The Imperial, like the Cadillac, Chrysler. This year, this car is part of the Troy Robotics Foundation. They're probably their dad or someone in the family is helping with the robotics, so they've got their car out here too, advertising the kids' robotics, called the Circuit Breakers. We saw them earlier. There's a car with lots of this one here is a Chevy Camaro 2014. This one here is a Ford Mustang Boss 302 79. Now here is a newer car, which is kind of is a 2014 Nissan Junk Nismo. So a different type of vehicle, straight out of Japan. I don't really tell what these are. It's just a 2018 Dodge. This is some Corvette. Lots of those out here. And I'm not sure about this one. We don't see the label on it. This one here is a 1985 or 65 Daytona Coupe replica. So that's kind of cool. There's another Mustang. Lots of Mustangs out here. They made so many of them back then. Here's a Camaro, Michelin, and Concept manufacturing here. We've got a few different vehicles here. The show is a little winding down, but at least it's quit raining. It's currently about 2:30. The show kind of ends at 3. This has been going on for quite a few years. I never have been to it, but I go to the yoga studio just down the road, and I saw them setting up this morning at 8 o'clock, so I said I would come on over. And like I said, it's called the Troy Traffic Jam. A car show and robotics show for kids, a combination of things. Music and food. It's a featured car here. Continental, Corvette, a lot of vets here. Here's a couple of oldies but goodies here. This one here with the wing, with the big wings on it. Okay. Dodge Custom Royal Convertible 57. Here's a Pontiac GTO 1957. What I think I see, or 67. Pretty cool. Yep, 1967. First, what is coming up? The big Woodward Dream Cruise. This is a Gia that was specially made. They have the Meadowbrook corner, but a specialty car. Only a few were made. I was reading up on it, and it was made, I believe, in the 80s, and only like a few of them made. A lot of celebrities had these cars. There's an Oldsmobile. We have some older cars here. I had some of those. I would have shown those earlier. Here's a Chevy Corvette. Don't look like that now. Model T. And I said earlier it was a little rainy, so I didn't have the camera out. But that's just some of them. Like I said, the Pinto, the Pavement Founders. Like I said, it's been an interesting show. Right in between these columns here, they've had some raffles going, a variety of things. So it's been kind of cool, to say the least. It's been pretty good. I get a kick out of this. I remember seeing this thing at the auto show back in the 80s. And this is a Volkswagen Wagoneer, 1984. And you'd sleep up on top of it with a little mini stove and the whole deal. That was the way to go. Pretty cool. Like I said, you could sleep, pull right up there and sleep up on top. Yeah. 1984 Volkswagen Wagoneer here. Yep, the all-out camping vehicle in this in perfect shape. 1982. Kind of cool. Well, that's kind of an overview. There's still some other cars out here, but we got a good view of what is out here. It's been a pretty good show, to say the least. Yep. Oh, here's some more of the cars here. This is a 1933 Packard Roadster. Look at the hood ornament on that thing. Pretty cool. Wow, wait. That is pretty cool. Shelby. Another Model T. Sunny Days. Chevy Custom Coupe. Here's all the cars out here. '39 Chevy Coupe, Volvo, Mustang Cobra, and there's all the other vehicles and everything out that way. Pretty cool.